What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates on Bitcoin. We're going to be taking a look at the charts. We are having the monthly close today, weekly close tomorrow, daily close today. We're going to look at those, see what I'm expecting and how it may play out. Definitely stick around for the whole video, and don't forget we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Always do your own due diligence and your own research before investing or trading in any markets. And before we begin, a reminder, we're giving a Ledger Nano S or $50 in Bitcoin, whichever you choose, away tomorrow on Sunday's video. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Tick that notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash that thumbs up button down there. Scroll down, hit the thumbs up, and leave your comment. And that will get you entered to win. I'll pick a random comment from random videos. So looking at the Fear and Greed Index, we're at 73. We dropped 1 point from yesterday, still in the greed zone. And the charts have been playing out as we've expected. If you belong to the Discord group, you'll know I was long and my take profits was at 14,000. We did hit. I do have some shorts waiting up above to get back in a short and ride it back down if it plays out the way I think. And let's talk a little bit about the Dow Jones, how we closed yesterday. I'm going to zoom in over here to the last Black Swan event where we dropped below the 200 EMA, wicked back above it, and you can see what happened afterwards. And we've talked about it in the RSI. Where the RSI went oversold here was way up in this area. And obviously it looked like it was oversold and should go up from there. We had a fake out to the upside before coming back down. The RSI, all it did was reset. And it looks like we're having the same thing over here. I still believe we could be looking at a major Black Swan event. And by looking at what happened Friday, we got our normal end of the day Friday little mini rally to try to make it look good. We're still below the 200 EMA, so that's going to be what I'm going to keep my eye on, is that 200 EMA on the daily for the Dow. I do expect to see something just like we've seen over here. That's my opinion. Make up your own mind, but I do think we are about to see another Black Swan event. If you think about it, it's 2020. Crazy stuff's been happening. This does line up with the elections. As I've talked about before, I believe either way the elections go is going to create some unrest, some civil unrest. There's going to be unhappy people either way, and you can see how extreme things have been getting during the election. So I expect some craziness right around that time. And if we take a look at gold, as you guys know, we've been looking at it since way back in September. Look at this as an ABC correction. I do look for gold to go around the 1800 range. That would be the C wave. I do have a target at 1847, which is the target of falling out of this rising channel here. And if that was to break the 18, that is in the best case scenario, in my opinion. It could go much lower. We will keep an eye on it. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you're interested in trading on leverage or margin, definitely check out Prime XBT. I'll leave a tutorial up top. It is my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like all the other exchanges. You won't get the crazy out of control wicks and whatnot. But you can trade Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow, everything on this one exchange using margins. So definitely check it out. You can put in as many trades as you want, long, shorts, all at the same time, doesn't matter. So it's easy to hedge on. But if you haven't checked it out, I definitely suggest checking this out if you are trading. You can use my promo code Savy50 to get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit up to 1 Bitcoin as a bonus to use towards your margin, and Savy25 will get you 25% off your fees. Now, taking a look at the DXY, we had talked about this. My first target here is this 200 EMA on the daily, which is 95.60 area. We are getting support on the 55 EMA here on the daily. We talked about that yesterday. It's looking good. This is my wife's webpage. If you want to help support the channel, anchorimage.com. A lot of cool crypto stuff on here. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. She can put any project you want, family pictures, whatever you want. She also has a big glass photos she can do for you. But if you have any questions, just hit her up in the contact on her page. She's pretty quick to getting back with you. And to Bitcoin. All right, so looking at the monthly, we did break our old high here. We talked about this. We were expecting this. I don't think it's quite done yet. It could be. And that could have been the top and continue down from here. But let's watch the monthly close. As you can see, we're making higher highs in the monthly on the price action, lower highs on the RSI. Now, this will be invalid if the RSI closes above 6609, right in that range. If it closes above there, that will erase the bearish divergence. But as of now, we still have bearish divergence. If we close on this, that could be exaggerated divergence, which is pretty strong divergence to the downside. So be aware of that. Let's take a look at, whoops, I got a little mixed up here. Happy Halloween, by the way. Hope everyone has a great day and a great weekend. But let's look at the super bullish case scenario. Would be looking at the solid white trend lines here as a symmetrical triangle with the breakout all the way back here. 27 to 28,000 would be the target. Again, guys, I'm not convinced of that at all, but I am showing you the bullish side. Looking at the yellow trend lines here, the falling broadening wedge, the breakout of that gets us to 16,000. Possible. But if you look here, the price is rising, volume's still declining on the weekly. And this is what we have been watching for quite some time. We are above this trend line. Remember, the weekly closes tomorrow. We've talked about it. We can linger up here right until just before close. As long as we close below this trend line, I remain extremely bearish, and I think we could have a great opportunity to buy or long in the future all the way down on this bottom trend line. Now, if we close the weekly above this, then that changes stuff up a bit. We will do an update, keep you updated on it. That could be bullish with a close above the trend line. Although, again, what I'm seeing here is a triangle, and I do believe we correct back down to the E. Even if we don't get all the way back down here, if we close back below this, I believe we do have some more downside. If it was to follow this path, you know, it could come back down quicker, longer, whatever, but I just have it in the medium right here. Would be around June 21 when we would bottom. So the first or second quarter of next year is where I'd be looking for the bottom if this plays out the way I'm looking at it here. And then after that, of course, the real bull run can start. Let's take a look at the daily. Now, these are our targets we've been watching. I've been expecting it to come up and retag this, and if it does it today, it will be around 14,272 would be the top to retest this. Now, a close, you know, it's possible we could wick above this, although I don't see that happening. I would get a little bullish if it did, but if we close the daily above that, I do get bullish. If we were to break it today, my target would be around that $18,200 range if we were to break this today. And no, I don't mean we go straight up to that today. So let's take a look at, let me get this trend line off here. Was this something I was looking at? But I do still believe we get a wick up here and a blow off top and come down from there, in my opinion. If we come back down to test this trend line, depending on how fast we would come down here, you know, if we came down really fast within a week, would be around the 10,500. So somewhere between the 10,500 and 10,700 whenever we would come back down to retest this. And that would also line up with the 200 EMA. So if that was the case and we break down from that area, then we're looking at about the 6,600 as a target of this rising broadening wedge here. We also have CME gaps down here around the 3570. You need to be aware of that. Again, it doesn't mean it has to go down there, but you should always be aware of gaps. They don't have to fill, but in Bitcoin, they definitely have been. Let's take a look at the RSI. And we talked about this also. So the daily close, if we have a daily close and retest this, which is possible today, either way, we're going to have divergence here. If we did come all the way up and retag this, most likely That daily is going to tag this line, which will make it exaggerated divergence. But either way, right now we do have bearish divergence, lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action. That's bearish divergence. Looking at it in the same way, looking at this as a rising wedge, and the measure move of that rising wedge, of course, measures out also at the 66, and this is the 4-hour chart. Now I've put the Fibonacci retracements up here to around that 14,260 range, which would be the top of this. And looking at the Fibonacci retracements from that level, if that tops out there, we are looking at the first level of support at 11,780, which is the 0.236 fib. And then we have the 0.382 fib at 10,266. And if that was to break, the 50 EMA is at 9,030. And then, of course, we have this 7,700 red trend line that we've had on here for a very long time. It's been huge support and resistance. That also lines up with the golden pocket zone. So that does tell me that's a good place to get a bounce. Could that be the bottom if it gets there? Possibly. But if it does break, then we're looking at that 6,600 and then the 0.786 at the $6,000 level. And then, of course, our CME gap all the way down here. Be aware, this is all possible to continue down here. Again, a break above this trend line and close above it, I would be turning a little more bullish then, and then we'll look at some higher targets. But until then, I still believe we get rejected up in this area and come down from there. This is the 1-hour chart. I had put trend line off of these wicks yesterday, and if we was to hit it around 14,178, we did hit 14,099. Now if we move this over, I'm going to get rid of this trend line here. We move this over, and remember, this is the hourly. If we were going to hit it sometime today, we could be looking, around that 14,200 range. So keep an eye on it. Again, happy Halloween. If you haven't already, make sure you click the Crypto Savvy logo on the head to get you subscribed to the channel. Take that notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos so you don't miss out. Smash that like and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Be safe out there and have a great Halloween. I will see you all tomorrow.